As a fellow Jersey girl, you know, I get asked a lot how I got into country music, and I always have the same story, but what is your story as why you got into country music?
All right, good question. Well, I got into country music probably about 12 years ago when I first heard Garth Brooks' If Tomorrow Never Comes. That was one of, like, my most favorite songs, and LeAnn Rimes was a big influence, Shania Twain, you know, back in the days. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of went in its own direction when I started playing guitar and figuring out, you know, what genre of music was most appealing to me and my style. And when I met my husband about 6 years ago now, and we were getting involved with the military, and you know, it just kind of formulated itself. Whereas, well, I'm doing what I'm doing with my music, and I'm also in the military life and the military family, and what better genre of music to, you know, get involved with would be country music. It tells a story, and, you know, it's everything that's American, and I could relate my lyrics to what other people, and, you know, vice versa. We can all, you know, relate to each other's stories. And after singing the national anthem for one of the New Jersey National Guard events down in Seagirt, somebody approached me and they just said, you know, you kind of have like a country sound going on there. I said, oh, okay, that sounds cool. And they said, well, you know, we can start writing some songs and go down to Nashville. I was like, I didn't really know how to process all that because I'm on a military base. I wasn't really sure how to process that, but it turned out to be legitimate. And, you know, I took that journey and that ride that I said, well, you know what, I've got nothing to lose, you know. And coming from a small town in New Jersey, I said, I'd love to take that adventure and see where it could go. And after releasing that first album, you know, that was going to determine whether or not a second album would come back, because you want to see where it goes and how, you know, people respond to it. And it's been a really cool ride that it has responded, and I've got a lot of support and the military support as well, you know, and doing a lot of organizations and benefits for them that I said, then this is definitely where we need to be, and we're going to pursue it as much as we can. So, you know, New Jersey, Jersey's got a lot of farmland, and you know, we can write songs about that, but I like to focus the music on, you know, what the story's about, the elements of country, you know, the lyrics, the music and stuff, and you know, the instrumentation. But you know, everybody's story can be different and unique, and I think having that benefit of coming from New Jersey and having a little bit of that, you know, that beach side and that city side and then that little farm side, it kind of grasps like a whole different audience at the same time. And it's been a really cool, you know, integration, and it seems like so far everything's been getting like a nice response. So I think being a Jersey girl can, well, you know, you can relate to that. It's we like country out here. First song I'm going to do is called Jersey Girl off my next album. The album's called Dancing in the Headlights, but Jersey Girl, it was written, me, my friend Mike Cool, and Jill Cecil in Nashville. And it's just about all the things that I love about New Jersey and things that I grew up with. So hopefully we can all relate to it. So this is Jersey Girl.
Grew up on Frank Sinatra, Southside Johnny, and the Asbury Jukes. Say something bad about them, you best be putting up your dukes, putting up the dukes. I rock to the beat of my own drum, taking in the sand and taking in the sun. I can be your rocker by Garden State, baby. I can be a loaded gun, kinda crazy. I'm a Jersey girl, born and bred. I'll rock your world, yeah, that's what I said. I fly higher than the seaside high. I love Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen. I known to chase some far-off crazy dreams, and plenty of wild Atlantic City nights. 'cause I got the beach in my blood, the waves in my curls. I'm proud to be a Jersey girl. Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. On a steel horse I ride all the way to the Stone Pony. I stayed up till dawn jamming a Frankie Valley. A poor boy's better than being lonely. A man better be strong if I'm his lady. A real nice smile with the hands are crazy. If I'm gonna be on the road, you better know those shores as well as your own. 'Cause I'm a Jersey girl, born and bred. I'll rock your world, yeah, that's what I said. I fly higher than the seaside heights. Well, I love Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen. I'm known to chase some far-off crazy dreams. And plenty of wild Atlantic City nights, yeah. 'Cause I got the beach in my blood, the waves in my curls. I'm proud to be a Jersey girl. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Spin me round on a wildwood carousel. Kiss me here underneath the Ferris wheel. Lay me down on a blanket under the stars. Hey, 'cause I'm a Jersey girl, born and bred. I'll rock your world, yeah, that's what I said. I fly higher than the seaside heights. Well, I love Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen, known to chase the far-off crazy dreams. Plenty of wild Atlantic City nights. Yeah, 'cause I got the beach in my blood, the waves in my curls. Oh, well, I got the beach in my blood, the waves in my curls. I'm proud to be a Jersey girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 'Cause I'm a Jersey girl.
You had mentioned your playing the guitar when you first started playing the guitar. Do you remember, that whole journey of learning how to play the guitar and getting your first guitar and all that?
Yeah, my first guitar was longer than 12 years ago. I think my first guitar was when I was about 10, 11 years old, and then it was just kind of messing around with it, and my uncle at the time was working at a local music studio, Gloria Music in Rahway. It's like borderline Rahway, Linden, and close to my town. So I started picking up lessons with him and playing a little piano and then obviously singing. But then when I started getting more into, Shania Twain, Garth Brooks, and learning like Sheryl Crow, big time Sheryl Crow fan, and I started figuring, well, this is what I'm going to do to accompany myself. I'm not an electric solo guitarist. I'm no Brad Paisley or Keith Urban. I can accompany myself when I want to, sing. I'm more of the like lyricist and, melody writer. So my uncle, gave me the training that I needed to. And then when I went to college at Seton Hall, I actually double majored in education and music so that I could learn a little more of the technicalities with music and guitar. And they really drilled guitar into me with jazz, classical, and always yelled at me. My nails were not supposed to be painted. They were not supposed to be long, and I always got ripped apart about that. But I try to keep my own identity, and I say, well, I know I'm not going to be like that. I know exactly what I need to play the guitar for, so I'm like, but all right, I got to abide by your rules and everything. So, yeah, but playing it, and now I'm looking to, to up my guitar collection over here, so I bought this one because it's pretty, and I'm ready to engrave my name into it or something. So I'm ready for the next one. Hopefully Santa will bring me another one too. But yeah. Next song I'm gonna do for you is also off of my second album. I always say this, that this is one of my favorite ones that I did not write. but I sing it like I wrote it because it's really from the heart. And this is a beautiful song that I just absolutely love. And it was written by David Warren Reed and Mike Cool in Nashville. And they, you know, allowed me to have the honor of putting this on my next album. And I've made them proud so far with it. So I'm happy to set it in the right direction. So this one's called Over You for Sure. About you and how you walk down on me, and boy, I doubt you feel that I'm anything more than a memory. You probably think my heart is healing, but it just ain't through. We're dealing with losing you and knowing that we're through. So when the sun ain't rising in the east anymore, and downtown Nashville, you gotta count the dancing on the highway floor and rodeo riding. It considered hardcore. That's when ooh yeah, I'll be over you for sure. Ooh, yeah. I met other guys since then, they ain't quite the same. They've always been nothing more than friends. Friends can't stop the rain that's been falling down. Ever since you left, I should have tried a little harder instead of wishing you the best. So when the sun ain't rising in the east anymore, and downtown Nashville, you gotta count, girl dancing on the highway floor and rodeo riding. They considered hardcore. That's when I'll be over you for sure. Ooh yeah, over you for sure. Ooh, hey, hey. Ooh, yeah, when the sun ain't rising in the east anymore, and downtown Nashville, they gotta count, girl dancing on the highway floor and rodeo riding. They considered hardcore. That's when ooh, hey, I'll be over you for sure. Ooh, yeah, over you for sure. Ooh, hey, I'll be over you for sure.
We talked about it a little bit before we got started about country radio. How do you feel how country radio and the country music scene is doing in New Jersey?
I'm really excited about how it's actually grown, and being on your show and stationed at ChuckWagon, and it's been a great thing to see that it's evolved more, and just the genre of music in general evolving more and spreading out into different areas, on on our side of the country, and I think it's definitely a benefit, especially for artists out here, you know, even going into the New York area, that say, well, you know, going out to Nashville is the place to do it, but, you know, we definitely have the benefits of doing it here too, and it's nice to know that there's, you know, stations that are supporting local artists and welcoming this type of music, and it's definitely getting it out there and more popular. And, you know, it's what better genre of music that, you know, it's family-based, you know, faith-based, you know, friends, love, everything telling a story, and most importantly to me, it's patriotic. So, I mean, why not have it be popular? It has a long history, you know, and obviously deriving from more of that Midwest area, but I mean, it has a history that it's American. So, and so many other genres of music have come out of it, that it's definitely nice to know that, you know, New Jersey is on the map with it. You know, it's good to know.
You talked about before performing the national anthem at Seeger, and then also, you know, being told that you had a country sound. How did you kind of discover your voice and your singing?
Let's see. Well, it really, growing up with both my parents being musicians, two completely different kinds. My mom classical and my father more of like a Motown jazz artist. I was really introduced to like a very large and diverse, you know, genres of music growing up. Really mostly like Whitney Houston, Debbie Gibson, and Tiffany. Like, that was the stuff I was listening to, and I loved it. And Frank Sinatra, Frankie Valli, and in the song that I wrote, Jersey Girl, you know, I wrote that song because that's all the things that I love about New Jersey, all the artists that I listen to from New Jersey, you know, and that was kind of like my ode to everything that I love about it. And so going from that and being open to all different types of music, you know, when LeAnn Rimes became really big, I mean, that was just, you know, to me, she had a great voice, she had a great style and look, and I just fell in love with it there. It didn't really occur to me like that's country music. It was just, to me, another song, another style of music I really liked. I really didn't categorize it, you know. And then, of course, when I started hearing more that I have that sound, and you know, it just kind of, well, you know, maybe that's where my calling is then, because people are saying that to me, and I do like it, and you know, to me, I'm just like, I'm just going to be an artist, and I love music, you know. But of course, when you start to formulate the theme and exactly where you're going to go with it, it was nice to hear that response from people, and then that helped me, you know, kind of go with it, you know, and form that. But I'm definitely at that point where I know this is where it is I want to be, and it's nice again to have, you know, people like you and the station to support artists, you know, like us that are trying to do our thing.
So who is really your inspiration to sing and your inspiration for most of your writing?
Well, right now, a lot of the songs that I've been writing off the first album and on the second album, you know, again, they're very patriotic. Soldier's Princess was written for my husband, my good friend in Nashville and songwriter Mike Cool. We wrote that one together. So that was while he was in Iraq, and that helped me get through that difficult time. And then from there, from that response, both from the public and from military families that I've met with, and family support groups that I was a part of, I went to Arlington right before school started, and I wanted to brush up on my, you know, history and everything before I went to go teach the second graders in my class. So I went to brush up, and we went to Arlington Cemetery, and I was just taken away by the changing of the guards for the unknown soldier. And so I wrote a poem and a song based on that, again with my friend Mike. And that's pretty steadily my theme, that, you know, my songs are, as most country music is, all American, but there's always going to be that element of patriotism, you know, because that's where my story is, you know, where my life is. And then, of course, going with more of a country rock style. And this next album, it's called Dancing in the Headlights, is definitely more country rock, and I think there's maybe only like 3 ballads on it. But, that was cool to experiment, with. So with the country rock style, my theme is more like I love Gretchen Wilson, and I like her badass style, so I wanted to kind of be like her, I want to be like the Jersey-fied Gretchen Wilson, on the back of the pickup trucks with the trucker hats, and I love her style, I love her sound and everything, and her lyrics are amazing. So I kind of wanted to go with that, independent, female type of style. And definitely the theme has crossed over, but everything I do from photo shoots and, and benefits and stuff, it always is derived towards the military. Aside from the obvious that they are everything and that's part of our country, but, because it is part of my life. One's off of my first album, and it's been played on a couple of the local stations, and this is the one that I wrote while my husband was deployed in Iraq with my friend Mike Cool from Nashville. So this is a Soldier's Princess. Once upon a time, I remember it as a dream. That emotional moment I forced to smile when I wanted to cry, I wanted to scream. When he said I love you in his combat boots and fatigues. But it wasn't so easy. He was heading overseas. He was gonna go be all that he can be, but to me it was already the best. And I stood there with tears in my eyes, a soldier's princess. Once upon a time, it seemed like pretend. When the plane touched back down on the land he had to go and defend. When he said I love you, I wanted to live right there. Came through on his promise to come home. The Lord answered my prayer. The amount of nights I cried alone while he was away is anybody's guess. It wasn't always easy, but it was worth it to be a soldier's princess. Yeah, yeah. The happily ever after started, a kiss and a long white dress. And I count my blessings every day that I'm a soldier's princess. Oh yeah, yeah. That I'm a soldier's princess. Oh yeah.
What is your favorite album that's out right now?
Okay, well, welcome to the fishbowl. Because I just love Kenny Chesney, and a lot of people know about my obsession with Kenny. And the reason why I like his album, too, is because his songs, I love how his album sticks to the entire theme, and his songs just flow so perfectly from, like, the first, second, third. Every track just flows into another and tells that story, and that one predominantly telling the story of what your life is, looking on the, looking from the outside, looking in on, having that kind of a lifestyle. I'm like, are you sure you want that kind of lifestyle? Because this is what comes with it. So that's definitely one of my favorite albums now. I'm always listening to Zac Brown, like I said, Gretchen Wilson, and I still listen to my, Garth Brooks, and he hasn't had anything out for a while, but I mean that he's really like set the path for me, and I just love, his songs, and like I said, If Tomorrow Never Comes is one of my favorite ones to perform, and it really said something to me when I first heard it, and when I first heard it, that was probably close to about 10 to 12 years ago, and that's, so I'm listening to a little bit of everything that's recent now, but I also like to go back and listen to, like, some old school type of stuff. Blake Shelton's awesome, and not that anything about that. And and then of course, like, listening to other local artists. Helping support other local artists that I like to listen to as well. So whatever's going on the internet, and whoever's out there with something new and something catchy, like, I'll try to be up to date with that stuff too.
Even though I probably can figure out who you're going to say for this one, but if you could collaborate with any artist, who would you want to collaborate with?
Well, I'd like to collaborate with Michael Bublé. I know, see? That's yeah, no, I've been asked this question a lot, and no, I love Michael Bublé. He's got an amazing voice, great style, and he collaborated with other country artists before, and it really worked, and it was really cool. Been to many of his concerts, but country-wise, yeah, definitely would love to do a duet with Kenny. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. And and I really like Jason Aldean and his rock and country style, and of course I'm going to go back and I'm going to say Garth Brooks, because I just, again, he's got a great voice, and I like when he did his two-sided, when he ended up having his alter ego, when he had like that two-sided thing going on, and I think it was called Chris Hayes. It was Chris Hayes, if I get that right. I don't know if I get that right. But he also had a little bit of that jazz side to him, and then the country side. So, yeah, he's got a pretty great voice too. But yeah, Michael Bublé would be a good choice.
It's going to be a two-parter now. What is your favorite song on Kenny Chesney's new album, Welcome to the Fishbowl? And then also, what other songs do you have on repeat on your iPod right now?
On Kenny's album, I really like him and Tim's song, so Anything to Be a Rock Star. That's a really cool song. I usually listen to it before a show because it just really it pumps me up. And lyrically, it's a fun song. I really like his song I'm a Small Town, and well, I mean, I could just relate to that, being from a small town in Jersey, and that song I can really relate to. It's a beautiful song, and it was just written just perfectly and simplistically too, which is good for that, that title of I'm a Small Town. And playing repeat probably would be I've been playing over and over again All Jacked Up by Gretchen Wilson. And also because when we perform, we do a lot of cover songs aside from originals. So I'm going to play repeats so I can make sure I get every single note and every single word right. I really like Trick Pony, and Poor Me is another great song that I'll be cranking in the car. I guess it depends what mood I'm in. You know what I mean? If the sun's out, then I want to listen to something like, that's that Zach Brown feel. But if it's kind of one of those cloudy type of days, then I'm fine with like You and Tequila, something a little low key. But it definitely depends what mood I'm in. But definitely 24/7, whatever's out there that's pretty rockin', I'll be listening to.
How can your fans find you online?
Okay. Well, I do have a website that's going to be coming out soon, probably around the same time that my album will be out. So that's NikkiBriar.com. Best way right now, Facebook. I got my Facebook music page, and we have Reverb Nation at Nikki Briar, and that's got all the show schedules. And just good old Google. You just type in Nikki Briar, and then pretty much everything just will appear. And everything with the schedules, when the album's going to be released, new originals, the videos on YouTube, and I try to get in there and filter things out too, so that there's new things being put in and then old things being sent out too. But pretty much everything on the internet we have going on, and the website should be coming out probably around the same time as the album, which would be like November, December, around that time. Yeah.